Yeah, finally did an update. That's awesome. All right. So, YouTube. Just a second, chat. I haven't been online in a few days. It's been a while. So, apology. Huh? That's weird. It's been a while since I've been online, unfortunately. I hope everyone's doing great in the Star Citizen community. This is Zyron signing on. Where to begin? First we're gonna start with this. It's just gonna go over the subscriber stuff for May 2024. It's rather blah. They didn't really give us anything great. We have, you know, FS9. Oh, well, hold on. Let's see what guns. We got a Lumine V5 Valor SMG, a Karna Valor rifle, and an F55 Valor LMG. These are all subscriber items. And the ships we get are the Origin 400i, the X1, and I believe a package deal for them. Oh, that's for the Imperator. Yeah. Okay. So forget that. Yeah. The monthly report, because sure a bunch of people have already heard already. Thankfully, it's short. So thank God for that. AI content. And after we read through all this and watch ISC, we're going to get into 323 a bit. So I hope everyone's ready for that. AI content. This is the Squadron 42 monthly report. So here we go. AI content. AI content team saw enhancing the dialogue experience, introducing 4 dynamic conversations into Chapter 1 to showcase chapter-specific content more effectively. They also addressed a critical issue where players can observe NPCs despawning after following them. NPCs now engage with the environment meaningfully until the player exits the area. The team then implemented input variables to enhance flexibility in AI player interactions, allowing for tailored reactions such as a formal greeting followed by task-related dialogue. A concise, busy response or no dialogue at all. This expanded functionality proved invaluable for addressing the campaign's diverse narratives. Basically, yeah. Overall, NPC behaviors were refined too, with the team resolving a bug causing NPC guards to shift leftward each time they saluted the player. This was causing a locator malfunction. Huh. The team also rectified an issue where the supervisor NPC was inconsistently present on the Stanton's Bridge during the day-night cycle. For combat mechanics, AI content utilized new mocap to refine how players interact with the Gladius. Alongside this, various tasks, bugs, fixes were completed to improve the overall player experience. Okay, how's my microphone? That's good. AI features. Last month, AI features team made updates and bug fixes to AI combat for the persisting universe. Once 323 launches, can that be this week, please? I mean, seriously, come on. Once 323 launches, these improvements will be brought into Squadron 42 to further enhance the flight and combat experience. AI Tech. AI Tech begins supporting usables interacting with the Maelstrom physics. As part of this, the usable will react to the destroyed object and enable or disable specific functionalities. For example, if an engineer inspects the broken wing of the Gladius, they will notice the damage and perform an appropriate interaction. For cover, the system will react to the object's destruction, notify NPCs that might already be using the cover. This is fairly short. Animation. The animation team worked on various space-centered movements throughout April, including zero-G and prone movement and gravity. They also worked on first-person animation for turrets interacting with fire extinguishers, mid-pins, and more. The team then continued working on player weapon reloading and malfunctions, as well as burning down AI combat animations, including reload, hit reactions. Hit reactions were also shot for a new enemy class. The team is also currently closing out several new background and life elements across several various locations, such as the Idris. They also supported cinematics with mocap shoots for the opening of the campaign. The facial animation team continued to develop assets for the cast characters and player. On the mocap side, the team supported mocap sessions needed to complete specific levels. Gameplay. Gameplay stories focused on Chapter 1. As part of this, they continue bug fixing, polishing, with their involvement on the chapter tapering off as it nears completion. So this means Chapter 1 is getting near done, hopefully. In addition to this, the team continued to implement and improve scenes across other chapters, with April's work mostly dealing with Chapter 5. For example, they overhauled a scene in an elevator with new mocap and encouragement lines. It was great to see all these elements working together with great timing in game. And also for Chapter 5, a scene on a tram platform received new mocap to improve how a key player X reacts to the player. Throughout April, okay, was that it? Throughout April, narrative progressed with tasks started in previous months alongside re-examining remaining work to make sure that everything is covered and tracked. The team continued generating environmental chatter that will be sprinkled throughout the story to provide additional backstory and insights into the social dynamics of the crew. Background talk. Additional narrative followed closely with core gameplay to implement the Galactopedia, testing out the layout, content, and triggering of various entries. This is being trialed on a sample level to establish a standardized process before being applied across the game. The team also continued to review text used for mission objectives, as well as on-screen tutorials based on the level designs, latest updates to the game flow, to ensure players have a clear understanding of what's needed from them. This will be an ongoing endeavor as levels are solidified and tested. Work also continued with several external vendors to generate collectible content that will be found throughout the game. Oh, I love Easter eggs. Well, we can't get into the specifics to avoid spoilers. This additional content should provide really fun Easter eggs for players to track down. Okay, good to know. Very good to know. Hold on just a second. Okay. Finally, Narrative kicked off an initiative across several teams to better test and validate their voice packs. While versions of this have existed for some time, the aim is to feature a gameplay-centric interface that will allow narrative, audio, and design teams to modify the combat experience through debug triggers that can help satisfy conditions to trigger lines. Tech animation. The tech animation team continued to generate and implement new head assets to the DNA gene pool and are not far from completing the initiative of 80 heads. That's good to know. Many devs are continuing dealing with the complications of players and NPCs putting on and taking off clothes live in the engine. This has been ongoing for some time, and with the addition of animation resources into the mix, we are seeing great headway in both generating the assets for animation and generating usable pipelines to expedite the entire process for everyone involved, tech animation team. Additionally, the team are intrinsic in the creation and implementation of new creatures for both the PU and Squadron 42, which is what we've been seeing. They're also involved in work toward consumables and the setup of foodstuffs, with the team aiming to guide this initiative and promote time-saving workflows. Tech design. Last month, Tech Design began moving the recent AI ship changes from the PU into Squadron 42. They also set up new ammo crate entities, provided miscellaneous tech support, and fixed several bugs. In April, the UI team focused on the opening level of the game, creating several motion graphic videos of boot up sequences for when the player uses tech for the first time. These are used to work out the timings of animated sequences, so once they're signed off, they can easily be recreated in engine. The team also worked on the UI for one of the alien races. Last month, the FX team worked on holographic shader improvements, including extending the feature set so that it can be widely used by the art and design team. As usual, general support for art, cinematics, and design continued, including positive steps for destruction workflows. We'll see you next month. Okay, that was pretty short. So, yeah. And now that we've gotten the Squadron 42 monthly report out of the way, yeah, let's watch Pause and Claudes.
There are lots of ways to bring life to the worlds of Star Citizen, whether that's the people that inhabit them, the structures they build, or the coffee cups and food wrapper decor scattered across their desk. But perhaps nothing quite as much as nature's inhabitants. Now, animals, creatures, fauna, whatever you call them, have been one of the long unfulfilled promises of the persistent universe since planets were first introduced in Alpha 3.0. And 0.23 patches later, they've made their much anticipated debut with the first of a new herd of offerings that will continue in subsequent releases. So let's go now to just some of the team members responsible for their creation and get just a small glimpse into what went into their creation.
Creatures are just going to offer a whole different dimension to the gameplay.
They bring a sense of life to a world, gives an environment a sense of that it's a lived-in space.
There's a lot going on the planets, but it can feel at times like there's not a huge amount going on. But with the introduction of creatures, that all changes. We have now the ability to create life wherever you look.
It just takes the game to another level of breathtaking. It adds believability to the experience that I don't think any feature so far has come to the level of adding immersion that Fauna has. In Alpha 323, we're adding 2 new creatures. One is the Marek, and one is the Copian.
When you're kind of exploring these planets, we are introducing a whole range of different creatures going forward into the future.
There is one comment I want to make about the Copian and the Marek. I want them to differentiate these different colors, like the sand colored version, like as subspecies and such. Technically, on Earth, we have certain animals that have different subspecies. I guess you can see what I'm saying. That by their very definition and their appearance, they're different from their brethren in their environment, their look, their habitat, you know. Just from the general feel of what these animals do. That's my only gripe. And I know that they're going to be working on this for quite some time. I'm very pleased that they're including animals like this in Star Citizen. And yes, and it gives me 2 things. I want more, and I want them to do subspecies of these critters to give more variety. I mean, they already have the subspecies, they just don't list them as subspecies, so. Call me crazy, but yeah. Continuing.
Future.
Well, you want to start off simple, right? You look at it, you're like, oh, cool, you know, should we work on these big creatures straight away? Or, you know, should we, ground down, make sure the pipeline works, make sure the basics work? What's more simple than, a dog, cat, and a bird? And ultimately, the birds basically prove out these features that they can be done and they are doable. Let's start with the Marek bird. So this is a fairly simple creature, and you'll see them flying around in flux. And it's really nice when you're just in your ship looking out the window and you see a bunch of birds and life on the surfaces where you wouldn't before.
I think the Marek as a bird will add a sense of scale to the world. Like it helps a lot to see a flock of birds and add scale to anything that's bigger in the distance. I think this is going to help a lot to that part.
If you're like walking along the planetary surface and you hear a core in the distance, you're like, oh, there's Marek, so we can go find them, we can go see them. With the creature designs, we don't want to make anything that you look at and you go, oh, that's a pigeon, because we're a sci-fi game. We want to make it a bit cooler and a bit weird, and we don't want to spoil too much about where they are, who they are, what they're doing, and things like that when it comes to creatures, because we basically want the players to find them. And we don't want to say, hey, they're on these specific locations, on these specific things, because they could turn up in areas that you wouldn't expect.
For the Marek, we wanted a colorful variety of birds that we could use to fill the planets. The creatures have different skin depending on the biomes they're in, so some are going to be more colorful, some a little less colorful. They're inspired by real-life animals to some extent.
They have these big gulped chins. They've got these nice flappy wingspans, but they're also a bit hairless as well.
We kind of look at the reference of featherless birds because for the first batch of creature we could not use a lot of feathers and fur, so we went to a more skin type of creatures.
Those cats that don't have any hair, they look a bit like that, but in more of a bird form. It's very odd. The Copian is essentially a hybrid between a dog and a cat. It's got 4 eyes. It's a nice, chill, social behavior, which you can see, you see them howling, or you hear them howling, or you see them walking around and kind of, scratching themselves and licking themselves and things like that.
The Copian has a variety of colors. There's one that is more savanna-like. There's one that's more forest-like, so it can blend into the environment a bit better. There's an Arctic one that has kind of the pattern of a snow leopard.
And then once you're in combat, they're faster than the player sprinting, and they're usually in packs of 10 to 14. Visually, they're a nice kind of sleek, slender look. When you think of dogs, you think of them more like worker dogs. When somebody asks us, how big is this creature, we reference a German Shepherd, for example.
The Copian was designed to have a hostile look, so it has horns, it has big scales on the back.
overall, we wanted something that you look at and you go, oh yeah, we know that's a predator. And obviously, you can tell things are predators by the way their eyes are shaped and how they move, how their bone structure is, how they're set up visually. You can look at that in your brain from evolution basically goes, oh, that is a predator and it's gonna hurt me.
So the Marek bird is what we call a boid.
A boid on a general level, you have to imagine it's like a lot more stupid version of an actor, right? It's way less resource intensive, its behaviors are far more simple, and it's a lot easier to basically put in without performance costs.
Boids is a system that was developed a while back, but has been used to great effect in lots of films and games. It's based on 3 simple rules that allow some very complex behaviors of what you might call flocking. The 3 rules are that they maintain separation so they don't get too close to each other. They remain aligned with each other so they'll follow other members of the pack that go in the same direction. And cohesion are the 3 rules in boids that allow this flocking behavior to be generated.
So they're a group of birds that essentially stay together in a single area, and they fly up, they fly down. They're intentionally
I was going to ask this question. Aren't the oni crabs boids? The blind oni crabs, the things that are invertebrates, boids. I think they are. And I think they are known to be boids because, well, at least I think they are. Because, yeah. That's what I think they are. They're probably boids because they just hover around, beating off stuff in the air. They're not very smart. So, I don't know. I guess we'll find out sooner or later.
made to be very simple and kind of what you'd expect from a bird, especially if you're hunting them as well, because we don't want individual birds flying all around the planet and things like that, because we want to kind of keep them nicely clustered together in an area where you go, okay, cool, this is where the birds are.
So the Copian is not a boid, it's a fully fledged NPC character.
When you look at the Copian, that's what we call an actor, right? And that essentially has the more costly associations, like being able to use like nav meshes, being able to use behavior trees, and because Copians have to make decisions, but Mareks don't.
So a Copian is an NPC creature.
Yes.
Does it T-pose on chairs?
Well, firstly, they're not going to be on chairs in the first place. Unless you lure one into your spaceship and somehow magically put them on a chair. No, they're not going to T-pose on chairs, sadly.
So you're going on the record that Copian's never going to jump on a chair.
No, I'm not going to say they're not going to jump on a chair.
The animator's task with the creatures is to breathe life into these entities, because these entities basically are just points in space that are moving around. The Marek, when it's kind of flying across the sky, as far as the game's concerned, it's just a point in space, just moving across the sky. But the animators actually create that illusion of life. The first step in the process is we have a look at the design doc. We basically get an idea and the feel for what the designers are after for the creature. We then try and kind of link that to, because these are alien creatures, we kind of link that back to what is it like that already exists on Earth. And for the Marek, it was things like a pelican, that kind of creature. So we then gathered the reference of pelicans doing all the things that we want the Marek to do. With that, we will then try and kind of breathe that life, that essence of that creature into the Marek. So we went through many different iterations of like the poses that this Copian should be in. Very small details can kind of tell a whole different story about the Copian. In one case, we were creating the aggressive idle pose. We had a pose that we thought was kind of really aggressive looking, kind of down low, and it was kind of ready to kind of pounce at you. But one of the devs said, like, this kind of feels like it's playing with me. It kind of feels like he's kind of should be wagging his tail. So we just kind of changed a few very subtle things, and all of a sudden, like, the whole feeling of that pose changes. So
Thank you for the
many
follow.
different kind of decisions.
How are you today?
To achieve that final result that we want, that result of the Copian being this aggressive thing that's out for your blood.
One of the things we've been doing with Copians is trying to get them to attack in packs And we do this by giving them some special formation code that brings them together and makes them seem really cohesive in a different way from the Boids.
You want to engage these things from distances, as they are faster than the player when they are sprinting. So these will essentially attack you and circle you in packs, think a bit more behavior akin to wolves.
If you come across a Copian outside in the wild, the first thing you're probably going to do is back up really quickly as they all come charging at you. And that can be really quite hazardous if you don't look where you're going and fall down a ravine or something.
They've got 2 attacks, which is this really scary pounce attack, and then they've got a more short-ranged attack.
So when the creature is kind of lunging towards you, one of the versions of the animation we had was where it kind of leapt out towards you, and it had all of its claws out, back feet, front feet, its jaws were open, just to make it look as kind of aggressive and as dangerous as possible. But it turns out that kind of made it look less dangerous because it was showing its belly. So we basically adjusted the back end of the Copion, brought its paws in slightly, and again, that changes the entire kind of feel. When the silhouette of this thing coming towards you is just a pair of jaws opening up, ready to kind of clamp down on you, and it makes it look a lot more aggressive.
Yeah, that looks friendly.
And they hurt quite a lot. You know, the average hit will take a quarter of your health off, so you've got to kill these things before they come close to you, which is a problem when you're in caves. Because when you're in caves, it's a close quarters environment, and the Copians have the upper hand.
So you'll come across a Copian in a cave, and they'll probably be doing some really cool little idle animation, like scratching themselves or shaking themselves with fleas. And if you surprise them for the first time and they're on their own, they'll probably get a bit scared and run away and join the other Copians. If you follow them, then that's when you'll probably get into trouble, because a pack of 3 or 4 or more Copians attacking at the same time could be really quite deadly.
So with the Marok, it was a very iterative process, and there was a lot of back and forth. It started off with experimenting with morphing, where you can take one source and morph it with another one. And we did a lot of experimentation with using different types of birds, like eagles and hawks and owls, and morphing it with non-animal source, like more like textural, squeaky.
I want to say, Shadowwick, is that your name? I want to say thank you for the follow. It is appreciated. I'm not sure why my alerts are not working at the moment. Yeah, it's been interesting around here. So thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. I'm doing okay for the most part. So hope you're doing well. Thank you for the follow.
Squawky stuff. So we started off quite grounded and taking sounds that sounded quite a lot like ravens and crows, but we're going more towards a little bit more like dinosaur-esque and a bit more screechy and more alien. So yes, trying to find that balance. Copion, we wanted to make sure that it has a presence in the world. You don't just hear it when it's attacking you. You can hear it snuffling around and grunting when you're sneaking up on it. They're howling, they're communicating with each other. We just wanted it to add life and presence to the world. So the Copion is a very mean-looking predator, and we wanted it to sound just as mean as it looks. So we started off with a mix of sources from lions and tigers and all sorts of predatory mammals, and mixing it in with dogs and things like seals, sea lions, and trying to bring in an alien element as well with some non-literal sounds. I've got a recording of a wet balloon squeaking that I mix in at certain points just to give it a little bit of alien flavor. So one of our sound designers, Chris, has this beautiful Cocker Spaniel that he recorded loads of sounds of at his house, and we used a little bit of that sprinkled in just to give it that dog characteristic.
Are you saying that you find sea lions and wet balloons terrifying?
It can be if you if you put them in the right order. And so the sounds of fear are sea lions, wet balloons, and Cocker Spaniels.
We know some of you don't just want to pet the bird,
Yeah.
watch the bird, look at the bird, enjoy the bird, you know, be one with the bird. Some of you want to murder the bird.
Yeah, so I've seen some people going up to the birds and punching them, which is definitely a way to interact with wildlife. And if you do that, you will find a pearl in there. I think it's in the base of their mouth, and essentially it's made of like congealed innards and looks incredibly gross. So if you manage to kill the Copians, you'll see the horn on them, and you can loot that, and it's basically a valuable commodity of which you can sell on.
It's going to be exciting for the players to hunt out those creatures and find them in different environments, whether they'll be in the middle of the trees or hiding in caves. There's a bit of a challenge there, but there's also that feeling of nature and the wild that you're going to get kind of peering on creatures performing these kind of behaviors as though they're not being watched by humans before.
But the nice thing about this is it kind of leads into a wider gameplay loop that we're looking at. We talked about crafting quite a lot, and this is an example of how crafting gameplay will come into it. So probably the first step, as we're looking at more creatures and more variants and things like that. But obviously we'll get in that further detail as we go on. The creature / fauna in general, obviously we've previously experimented.
Whether they'll be in the middle of
I want to say this before we go on break. This is our night vision. We're finally getting night vision. Well, what they're calling night vision. Eventually in the game. Which I'm happy about, so yeah. This is awesome.
the trees or hiding in caves. There's a bit of a challenge there, but there's also that feeling of nature and the wild that you're going to get kind of peering on creatures performing these kind of behaviors as though they're not being watched by humans before.
But the nice thing about this is it kind of leads into a wider gameplay loop that we're looking at. We talked about crafting quite a lot, and this is an example of how crafting gameplay will come into it. So probably the first step, as we're looking at more creatures and more variants and things like that. But obviously we'll get in that further detail as we go on. The creature / fauna in general, obviously we've previously experimented, we've previously played with things, as you'll have seen, but now we're in the active development of it. So we have a really nice kind of idea of what we want for 1.0 and all the creatures we want for that, and looking at how we can make the creatures in the future fit in the Star Citizen universe. So we've always been tinkering, we've always been playing, but now we have a pipeline that technology is working in, and we've basically proven it out now. So the future of creatures is a lot more easier and convenient to make than some of the more previous challenges.
I think it's very exciting for us and the character team to tackle the creatures. It's something that the whole team is excited about. We are very proud of the work that we do.
So animating a creature isn't an easy thing at all. So obviously for the creatures, we couldn't mocap. So hand keying the creatures, it can be difficult to raise the quality up to the level that the rest of the universe is at. But I think as a team, I think we've really managed to actually achieve that level of quality that we're aiming for. I think that the team's done a great job.
Creatures definitely bring life to the different planet environments that we have, allow us to have a different range of kind of gameplay situations where you've got characters attacking you in different ways and allowing us to show a more characterful range of behaviors, perhaps.
Creatures, it's not just a static, prop. It's something that is alive and breathing, and you can react to it, and it will react to you, and it just gives a bit of gameplay for the player to engage in.
And as we go on, the previous creatures that you've seen, for example,
Finally, the space storm wall.
the space whale and the space cow, those things are in active development right now. And you can imagine with
Good to hear.
creatures that are this large, the question is, how do we loot them? How do we do those things? And that will be a very fun addition, and the things we're cooking up are very exciting. So you'll see creatures in 3.23, and it's going to be an amazing experience, adding true believability to the world. Happy hunting, good luck getting those horns, and try not to touch the pearls, they're a bit gross.
So what did we learn this week? Well, we learned that it takes a confluence of disciplines like art, design, animation, AI, and more to bring these creatures to life. That you don't actually have to hunt these fine fauna, but if you do, there are rewards to be had. And that Copians prefer the tundras and savannas they're used to, and may not behave well if you forcibly relocate them. Not that that has ever stopped any one of you. For Inside Star Citizen, I'm Jared Huckabee. Thanks for letting us share the process of game development with you, and we'll see you all here next week.
I don't think there's an SCL at all this week. I don't think there's a Star Citizen Live. Have they said anything about that, chat? I don't think they have. I don't think they've said anything about Star Citizen Live at all. So, with that being said, we're gonna Star Citizen for a while, 3.23, and yeah. Here we go. Wait this for a few minutes. There we go. All right. All right. Yep, here we go. Let's go to... Oh, what the heck for right now. Okie dokie. Okay, so gear storage locker. Can't use that. I do love the map system. Hmm. All right. Hold on just a minute, chat. Sorry, family member going sewing. All right. Really wish you wouldn't say radar unavailable here. Gemini SMG handgun. Huh. Okay.
Hi. Let me know if there's anything I can help you with. You can always use your Mobi if you want some more details on what we have in stock.
Thank you for the follow. Hello. Doing great. Doing great.
Welcome back.
Thank you very much. It's appreciated. Okay, so what am I looking for? No. Oh, no. I'm trying to. I'm attempting to, Mary Phillips. How are you? It's kind of a pet project for me. I'm kind of trying to work on some things, yeah. Me personally, astronomy and things like that. That's interesting. Project. Oh, I'm trying to get back into school, hoping at least, to get back into like a serious job. What I meant by that is I'm wanting to get better at, yeah, computers and stuff. Utility. Where is it? Okay, there it is. I'd rather not. Kind of a little personal, sorry. I've had some, let's just say I'm in my mid-30s. Yeah. I honestly had to get back into school because I've been away. It's just been one of those weird things, I took care of. I had to take care of some family issues and stuff, yeah. Yeah, I try to. Every time there's a major update when it starts to get straightened out a little bit, yeah, I try to. Are you a newcomer, Mary? I've heard Call of Duty can be pretty rough if you don't know what you're getting yourself into. I don't know anybody to roll with. I have a few friends I might roll with. I might.
Brothers.
I might consider.
Ma'am, you know they're not wearing any clothing.
This guy is VoIPing. Let me see.
Greetings, citizen.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you very much for that. I think this dude's VoIPing. That was pretty... When did I get it? In January? It's been a long haul, Mary. I literally got invaded one night. I literally got... Who is it? I think this dude's trying to talk to me. Why? See this guy? Why? Hey, Zyron, come here. I think this guy's trying to ambush me. I don't know what he wants. I might have to call in a friend here in a moment. Mary, hold on just a second. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, I think he does. See what I responded with in global chat? I'm like, why? Look, javelin. Where? Javelin where? Yeah. Okay. I'm not gonna get on his ship, because let's face it, Rain, I'm not stupid. Okay, right here. Follow him.
Greetings, Susan.
You know what? I'm tempted to
Remember, your belongings belong to you. Keep a careful
you know what?
personal
Lead way. Where's he at? This should be interesting.
from the best in shopping.
I'm pretending to be stupid, Mary. That way he's dumb enough. Sure. Sure.
Tired of travel? Why not rest at the
I'm not sending him a friend invite. I'm not that stupid.
luxurious
If you know anything about Boykin. Okay.
Remember, your belongings belong to you. Keep a careful watch on all personal items.
Let me see. I'm gonna see.
From all of us
I wonder if I need a ship.
into the new Babbage interstellar spaceport. Microtech, the Empire's leader in cutting-edge technology. where creative innovation.
I have a few ideas, Mary, honestly. Oh, I have a friend I'm working with for that. He's my administrator, but we've got to get together here in a few days for that. No worries. I have a few ideas myself, too, and some of them are going to be funny. Trust me, they're going to be awesome. You're going to like them.
All New Babbage has to offer, whether it's the latest in cutting-edge technology. This city of tomorrow.
I'm okay. I already have a hired person. That's all right. I totally understand.
From all of us at Microtech, welcome to the New Babbage Interstellar Spaceport.
It's all good. It's all good. I mean, you have a nice day too.
Looking for a good time? Be sure to visit Wally's Bar at the Promenade. Only a quick ride on the Metro Loop.
Okay. Who is this?
Located in the plaza, the factory line has all of Microtech's latest offerings.
He's not even here anymore. There's enchantment chef. Okay. Yeah.
Technology, or the beauty of our award-winning gardens. This city of tomorrow has a lot going on today.
Hey, chat, I think this dude is pulling my leg
Careful watch on all personal items.
on,
From the best in shopping, dining, and entertainment, be sure to visit New Babbage's.
hang on just a minute, chat.
From all of us at Microtech, welcome to the New Babbage Interstellar Spaceport. Looking for a good time? Be sure to visit Wally's Bar at the Promenade. Only a quick ride on the Metro Loop. Microtech, the empire's leader in cutting-edge technology, where creative innovation meets innovative creativity.
There we go. That's better. Frankly, I get kind of tired of all those.
The territory, man.
It does. Hey, Yo-Yo Meg, what's up? I see you in chat. What's up? What up? What up? Huh. By the way, the other voice you're hearing, Yo-Yo, is my, what are you? My admin for my, stuff.
Moderator.
My moderator. So, nice to see you. Hope you're doing well. Let me see. Anyways. I don't like how she... I actually got a follow, but I don't think it was this Mary Phillips chick. I think it's this Shadow guy. He seems like a fair guy. He just followed and then didn't say anything, you know, at all.
Yeah, I mean, that happens. I'm waiting for 323 to come out and start streaming again, honestly.
Dude, so am I. I mean, the PTU's fun and all, but yeah.
Play something that's even semi-stable. And I'm betting the PTU doesn't even have the big game hunting shit in it yet.
Yeah. From what I was listening to on ISC today, there are 4 creatures in the pipeline. The 2 that we already have, and the Space Cow and the Storm Wall are quick to follow. So Storm Walls are coming, whether people like it or not.
Storm of Space Whales, man.
I'm happy about it because they've been needed for a while. Well, not needed.
The pride and joy of Crusader, man.
They are. So, yeah, let me see. Let me see. By the way, do you know how to do emotes?
Yeah.
Might have to.
You not.
No, not really.
Hold that right click. Personal action.
Hold F. Right.
Right click.
Oh.
Would it be under personal actions if I'm right? Okay, let me see. Oh, F right click. There it is. There we go. Figured it out. Kinda. Sorta. I guess what I'm trying to do is figure out personalized emojis for my channel. That's going to be a work in progress. Oh, I think you were talking about in-game.
Sorry.
Yeah, I don't know how to do it on Twitch.
I think you have to go to settings and set it up.
Probably.
I am.
Thanks, man.
I actually am an affiliate, so that makes sense.
The partner, you would know. I can gift us.
Are you actually a partner yet or not?
Me?
No.
My buddy Kevin is also a streamer.
Far from partner.
Gift anonymously. Let's pay. I don't want to give my own. That's kind of lame where you have to give yourself subscriptions. It's kind of dumb. You know?
Kevin. He played Gears Warfare, so I'm checking that out. So, man, I won't get so bad.
I kind of don't like, you know, if I'm being real about 323, how long it's taken, and even the devs are mad about it.
Just remember 318.
Yeah, I know. It's like, we're going to look back at this time period. I swear it, you know. We're going to look back at this time period and laugh. I know we will. I just have this feeling we're going to laugh at this time period for some reason in the future, you know? Yeah, I know. It's going to be glorious looking back.
You're keeping a scam. You know, scam.
No, the other Star game. What is it? What's it called? Yeah, you know, the one that's made by former CIG employees but isn't going anywhere. You know which one I'm... Star Atlas. There it is. There
I wanted to say Star Engine, but that's their fucking engine. You know?
Yeah, I mean, let's be real. About 90% of everything they said they would throw into the game this year has already come out in the first 6 months of 2024. I need to do a video on this hat so bad. By the way, I'm streaming and sorry, I should have said something. My apologies. Oh, you already did? Sorry. Well, but then again, you're adding good context, so it's too rude, stupid of me not to include that, you know? I'm just saying.
Tells me when he's streaming.
Yeah. But you are right. Am I wrong? Haven't we gotten about 80% of everything shown off last year at CitizenCon? Just about. Minus the ships. They don't count.
Yeah, there's some stuff, but like that's obviously takes a little bit.
I mean, Pyro also is kind of one of those categories. You know what I mean? There are.
I mean, the only reason I would ever go there is to buy guns.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I love Pyro and all, but yeah, it's. I should probably rewrite what the commentary. Yeah, I need to update my update titles and commentary on 323, right? There we go. Update all. Perfect. But yeah, I mean, I would say Pyro is an unknown quantity at the moment. Main reason, we don't know where it's going to go, you know? And it may not even arrive alone. I mean, I've said for a while now, you've been a witness of that, Pat, that I think Pyro will probably arrive with Nyx, not without it. I am almost certain there, to a dollar to a donut, Nyx is almost as complete, maybe not mission wise, but almost complete enough to release 2, right? Can you imagine people shocked at CitizenCon if they were to be like, okay, well, we're releasing Pyro tonight on the live servers, right? Sorry you had to travel to Manchester to hear the news, but guess what? We have computers set up in the lobby for you to play. You know, like Pyro Playground last year, right? And then Chris is like, as people shuffle out, oh, but I didn't tell everyone else the other exciting part, right? Did I mention that's not the only star system you're playing in? And you can imagine the crowd's collective, what? Right?
Everybody stops, does the 180.
This is 180, sits their ass back down in their seats. Do tell more, Lord Chris, right? You may speak now. He's like, Nyx is here as well. And you know, I'm just saying they've been busy. Because at one time on the roadmap, it said 3 systems. 3. And I know it's not Odin. System 3 is not Odin or Nyx. System 2 is Nyx. So what is System 3? Right? That's the question, Hat, right?
So yeah, little shit didn't just upgrade his Mustang, dude. Fine, dude.
Sorry.
Sorry, I'm talking to somebody.
Oh, the guy that just...
Oh. That's unfortunate, yeah. He's asking about Constellation. I told him to upgrade his Mustang to an Avenger Titan. He's asking about the Connie. I literally just gotten down. It's pretty fun, has decent weaponry, and then he said upgraded. But I said, after that, I said, it can be kind of squishy as a boat.
The Avenger Titan.
He didn't wait until I was done.
Oh my gosh, no!
Please tell me that just upgraded his own ship too.
Oh. Oh, my heart. My poor heart.
Fine if he did, as long as he puts in the time and protection, like decent sized ships.
Yikes. Oh, yikes. We need to take this dude out in some of our ships, just to show him why.
New though, so too big. Big ships, that's definitely more for experienced people.
Yeah, I'm in agreement.
And if they want to, that's a one every now and then kind of thing, but I would recommend for every new player to start with something a little bit smaller. Avenger Titan, Cutlass size type stuff. I didn't do that. I started on it in Andromeda. That was my first ship.
Yeah.
That's why I still fly big ships.
Big ships are fun and all, but generally they're fine with big groups. You know, big groups. Well, yeah, but unfortunately our... Oh, wait, where is he? Where is he?
Fortunately, I'm not the average player. What that was my specialty is I did combat vessel with big ships. Go out in a Valkyrie, drop ship missions, dropping out ground vehicles and stuff. Then I would go out and do combat in the Valkyrie.
Oh, yeah. You know, I really wish the Valkyrie would get a little taller. You know?
Taller? Why, you want to fit a ballista?
No, just a tank. A single Nova.
It's not wide.
Oh, it's not? Oh.
If it's 2 Ursas, dude, side by side, that's fucking packed.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Let's see. Okay, so I've seen the release days for CitizenCon or Invictus. Sorry, Invictus is kind of weird this year, like you've been saying. Aegis is day 3, or manufacturer number 3 by itself. That to me screams new release or new concept.
Honestly, yeah, considering it's always with Anvil same day.
Yeah.
I would agree with that.
Anvil and Aegis are separate days. Why? That screams new concepts from both. So
It does, yeah.
Aegis could be anything. Aegis could be anything. I mean, Aegis could be, oh my god, can you imagine the Idris owners if Idris Mark II? What?
It's just not coming out. It's just not coming out.
No, I'm in a new concept
Mark
version.
2 probably won't come out either. They already have 3 variants to the Idris.
Yeah, I'm just saying, if they came out with a Mark II Idris, people would
Now-
explode.
Here's more likely from Aegis. Aegis makes the Retaliator, right?
Right. Oh,
What if they just, drop like 4 more modules for the Retaliator?
I could see that. Titan suit
That seems
mod.
more likely to me.
You know what would be funny if they said, vote on this module. Titan suit module, drop pod module, nail, Civi version. I think, and people are forgetting, the CDF, they might authorize a nail version. I talked this over with Paul last week, or the week before last, for Aegis's modules. He said they're missing a huge opportunity, CIG is. If they incorporated it into the lore where, who's the guy? Admiral, the guy.
You have to remember, a lot of non-military ships aren't going to be in the lore, because basically all of the lore of Star Citizen is just a military side.
Yeah.
They follow.
There's probably
So
going to
anything
be...
civilian branch could just not be in the lore.
Yeah. I'm just saying there could be a Civi version of the drop pod made. Fewer of them, less durable, but still workable, right?
I feel like if the Retaliator does have a Titan suit, it's not the big one, it's a smaller.
Yeah. It'll be
And
as...
it will be more for like either exploration or aquatic.
Now, if it does have the... Oh, wait. Yeah, you're right. The Retaliator drop for the Titan suit would be the small mini version.
Another thing they might do is give us the ability to put 2 different modules in.
They do. The Retaliator has 2 rooms.
It only has 1.
They
No,
changed
only
it.
has one module.
Are you sure?
Yes, 1 module is fine. That's because the habitation module takes up the full torpedo bay. If they did something like, I don't know, an apartment module, which is a smaller habitation module, then gave us the exploration suit bay paired with it.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be kind of nice.
I think that's how they did that. Because they said that they've reworked the
The only
Retaliator.
way that would work, though, is if there was a way to like automate the defenses on the Retaliator. Because if you're having one dude in it go out and explore and stuff, you're not going to put a full crew in that thing doing that. Because then, one person's doing everything and people are just sitting in the ship, which is boring as hell.
Yeah.
Very viable to begin with. So, if there is like a module or something that automates the turrets, or a variant that has remote turrets that are set up for like no turret seats, nothing, no co-pilot seats, just a pilot seat set up for automated defense. That must be really size, so it wasn't too OP. And that, or they'd have to have a firing cone that's kind of slow.
Right. So, okay. The drop ship module is only the front module. There's nothing in the back. In configuration to living, though, both modules are used. Torpedo, both are used. Cargo module, both are used. So, They're probably going to make another version. Bombays, bounty hunting, medical, salvaging, and even recharge stations for the Titan suit.
See a Titan suit bay in it, but how many spaces is it going to take up? We may never know.
Probably both, because if it's just the single front bay, it would be a mini armor. But if it's the back bay,
Titan suit won't fit inside the Retaliator.
no. Unless they...
Small one.
I think there is a smaller Titan suit, isn't there?
We don't know. Theoretically, it should be. Given how versatile the vehicle is, it would probably be used for exploration and aquatic maneuvers. At least in my opinion, that makes perfect sense.
Greetings, Brian. How are you today? We don't know. It's kind of one of those things right now, Brian, we don't know about. It's complicated because a lot of people are like, remember, the Retaliator is an old design, very old. It's like ancient. So they maybe, with the rework, they may have made the Retaliator resized a little bit. That may have been why the metrics were changed for hangers. The Retaliator may have gone up bigger or smaller. Who knows?
When were they changed?
What's that?
Are you talking about when the character changed?
No, I'm talking about the hangers got bigger for 323 for larges. And, yeah, they did.
Oh, no shit. We're gonna
The Carrack might be getting bigger too.
They're finally fixing a goddamn mistake.
Yeah, it was supposed to be a capital. Yeah. So how are you today, Brian? Doing good? By the way, the Nomad's tractor beam works. Yeah. We don't know if we can mix and match either. I would say there will be single modules at some point. Because think about it, it's kind of weird that single module version exists, you know? Don't you think it's kind of weird, Commander Hat? Because it's kind of weird, right?
Well, it depends on the ship, right? Some ships only have one module, but let's Retaliator. So the option of making it carry 2-1 is possible. But not one.
It says
things like the Caterpillar having more than one module just makes sense. It's got more than one module bay.
it's
So we'll have to see.
they say that the Retaliator is 2 central rooms, but they shift around depending on what you put in.
Right, because the rooms are the modules.
So it's an internal. Yeah. So
Yeah,
with
that module in there, there's just empty.
So with the cargo module, you have 2 separate modules. The drop ship, you just have 1, I guess. Yeah, it's small, really small. How did they get these pictures? Does anyone know?
Data mining or something.
Yeah, looks like it. The torpedo module's a given because it's from the actual torpedo. I mean, I own a Retaliator, what is it, base? So I'm excited about this. In about 10 days, I get a chance to get my modules for my Retaliator base.
So you'll still have to buy the modules.
Yeah.
The only one worth having currently is actually the Retaliator bomber. Would you like to know why? Free module.
Oh, yeah.
Free module.
Free module, right.
Well, price difference, but yeah.
True. You have a point.
Before it was Retaliator based because you got 2 Retaliator bombers out there. Bombers, but with the upcoming modules for Retaliator, the bomber's the best for that. Once
Definitely.
you buy the modules,
Right.
or you can pull C2 and, you know.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting. 'Cause- Hmm. I mean, yeah, I understand buying these parts, but that's going to get expensive. Well, it depends on how much they are. I think the dropship module is one of the cheaper ones. The thing, Brian wrote, the thing that excites me about modules was mixing and matching like 1X cargo and 1 torp bay for the town. Yeah, I can see that. Now it depends.
Well, it's got 9 size 9 torpedoes. And I guess technically that would work because there is 2 torpedo racks in the front to back, so.
I think the back ones, if the back bay is, tourniqueted from the front bay, I bet you anything you could get your wish, Brian, because as long as they fit within the box, right? The box of the modules, you should be fine, right, Hap?
Yeah, if it's a thing, it should be fine.
Yeah,
I was thinking, like, if they let you have a smaller torpedo module, I think probably puts you down to like the size of the Eclipse capacity, 3 torpedoes.
I'm okay with more flexibility. Definitely more flexibility. Like
The chance of them adding smaller modules is kind of low. They're not very,
they might do it though to increase sales of the Retaliator.
Yeah, true. But like I said earlier, a lot of the lore comes from the military side of Star Citizen. And if they decide it doesn't fit in with the lore, they're not going to do it. And then, honestly, the lore is kind of already written, so it kind of has to fit in. They've already decided.
Right.
So it's possible, but not likely.
Three torps are plenty for taking out the pesky mantis and getting away. Yeah, really.
Yeah, absolutely. In the self-defense measure, I think you need more than that. So I remember before we got the price changes for 323, actually, my buddy Misfit messaged me yesterday about it. I was talking to some people, I can't remember who, and we were just saying that the 890 is going to go from 32 million to 110 million.
Ooh.
Did you see how much it's gone to yet?
No.
109.5.
I'm not surprised. Well, it's a capital ship though. It's a capital.
Exactly.
Imagine what the Idris is gonna be. Just
but rightfully so.
Yeah. I don't think the Polaris will be near that price because it's way smaller, but
we won't know.
It'll still be, I would say, north of 60 million.
I could see it being like 70, 80.
Yeah, I'm saying at least 70 to 80 million, probably.
Actually, I can pull his prices up right now. Is there any you're interested in chips in particular?
Yeah. Well, let's see. A chip people typically rent.
Not list. Gladys, Prospector, Flame, all.
Let's try Vulture. Because it's a
Vulture.
small...
The Vulture is made by Mist, correct?
No,
Or
Drake.
Drake, Vulture. Why am I blind? Not on this list. Is it incomplete? Not seeing the Vulture on this list. I know the Caterpillar is going from 4.7 to 15.8.
Well, the people
Cuddy
are...
Black's going from 1.4 to 2.7.
That's fair.
Actually, the C8R and the Razor VX are down in price.
Well, that's good.
C8X, my bad, not the C8R.
C8R would
No,
probably...
no, it is the C8R. It is the C8R.
Well, yeah, it's a cheapo shovel.
The Gladius is almost getting doubled in price. Let's see, what's got the most egregious price increase? It's actually the Mule.
What? Oh, for base building shit. Yeah.
So the 890 has a 239% price increase. The Mule has a 1,052% price increase.
Say what?
From a 15 grand to 172,800.
Well, yeah, that was way too
It's
cheap.
still not a lot, but pretty
Yeah.
big price increase.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
The biggest one, though, in my opinion, is still the 890, even though it's only 239% from 32.3 to
Well, if you want that,
10.4, 9.4.
you want that gold luxury wood, you pay for it.
Now, this one's not too bad, but the one that kind of hurts me the most because I buy these in game is the Ion and the Inferno. They're going from 2.86 to 5.6 million.
Oof. Oof.
That one kind of hits a little.
Luckily, I have both. So.
Yeah, I used to. Let's see, the Cuddy Black is going from 1.38 to 2.7.
That's reasonable.
The MSR is going from just under 5 to 15.6. The A2 is going from 5.5 to 45 million. M2 is 5.25 to 31.2. C2 is just under 5 to 24 million.
Yeah, you're right, Brian. They said long ago that prices in alpha will go up 4 to 12 times based on ship size on release, so expect prices to keep going up.
Yeah. Obviously, I knew they were going to be denial over it, so I'm wrong. These were here.
Oh my god, they were mental about it. They were absolutely mental.
They want the easy grind. That's not what this game's about.
They're not going to get the easy grind. That's not what this game's about.
Oh no, the Aurora. I just realized this. The Aurora MR is a 445% pricing.
Oh my god, the trash can? No thanks.
The Aurora MR from 185 to 1 mil.
What? No, that's 1,000%.
No, it's 184,900 to 1,008,000.
Oh, it's a tenfold increase.
It is 445%.
Shit. That is just bad. Wow. For the flying trash can.
The Idris projectile.
Yeah, basically.
So the 600i is going from 9.5 to 45.6.
Mm-hmm.
It's not too bad.
Yeah.
The Starfarer is going from 6.2 to 13.6.
Hey, Jimbo, we're talking about price increases and stuff. What's up with you?
Yeah.
We also are mentioning the javelins or the modules and stuff.
Yeah.
We were just talking about the modules for the Retaliator. What are your bets? Do you think we're going to get any for sale here in a week or so?
Kind of open he owns the Reclaim Grenade.
Yeah, Reclaim.
Especially with the lowest ones. Percentage wise. There's a lot.
We might get.
It's only going up 90% price.
I would say we might get repeats of modules we already own, but not.
Definitely.
But not new modules. Does that make sense,
I
Jim?
can definitely see new modules.
New module concepts, but not usable.
Mm-hmm. Well, no, maybe. Retaliator's getting modularity this patch.
Yeah, the Retaliator.
So we could definitely see some usable ones for the Retaliator.
Yeah.
If not, all sorts of other ships. I wouldn't be surprised if they just straight up give us the Galaxy right now.
Aren't they designed differently, though? A little bit?
Right.
Yeah.
But the Galaxy is probably one of the easier ones to give us.
One thing we're speculating. It's kind of both now, Jim. They both want both ends of the pie now, so to speak. What he's asking about is variants. They want both. Yeah. Definitely. One thing I noticed that's super weird, and me and Hap kind of noticed it too, is this. Aegis and Anvil are separate days from each other and kind of by themselves in the middle of the week. It also says ships to be determined.
Yeah, so Aegis and Anvil have always been on the exact same day. Every freaking Invictus for like the past decade.
Yeah.
They've always been together.
Yeah, this is kind of different because if we go back to the previous Invictus, 229, 2953, which is what I'm doing. Anvil was by itself, Aegis was by itself. I don't think anything new is announced those days. Wait, were they always separate? Aegis, Crusader, Anvil. Oh, they rotate them. Looks like they rotate. Huh. Yeah, I feel you, Brian, or Jim. Hey, I understand, Brian. That's exactly what I get too. The more the merrier. Any way they can make money, they will, you know? So, was this the first Invictus 5 years ago in 2950? Which would have been this would be in 2020. Remember if Invictus was earlier. Yeah. All right, you're back. Good. Okay.
Sir,
I
is Brian in my Discord or not?
I think Jim is. Yeah.
I know Jim is, but is Brian Carpenter or is that somebody else?
Brian Borton? I don't think he is. Oh wait, he's a Mega Ace, I think. Yeah. Brian, you're
That's Jim. That's Jim.
Brian, are you in
Brian,
Hat's Discord by chance?
It's a username list.
Are you Cosmic? I think he is.
I think so.
Savannah Watson just followed. Who the heck is that? Brian is Cosmic. I am Cosmic. Geez, somebody else just followed. What the heck? Thank
Hey,
you
Jared,
for the
we're
follow.
gonna be firing up a game here in a bit, so if you want to have Cosmic and Jim come in here and chat with you, I'll move you up to start lobby.
You're about to jump off?
We're not jumping off. We're starting a game. There's three of us in here that are playing a game together.
All right. Gotcha. I will.
You want me to chuck you in start lobby?
Please.
Thank you. Good sir. Have a good day.
I got rejected. Big sad. Yeah, no problem, Jim. Good to see you. Videos. Oh, what? That's weird. Hmm. Yeah, that's okay, guys. I understand. Definitely understandable. So, what are you guys' thoughts on what's going to come this year? You think we're going to get any new prototypes? It says various Spectrum stuff. Limited sale. You think we're going to get any special stuff for CitizenCon announced or anything? Kind of hoping we do. Yeah, I would hope so at some point, Jim. At least walkable, you know, around the perimeter in the game, in the ship, you know, at least being able to get on board the ship, right? Does that make sense? Maybe the Apollo. People have been finding some weird stuff related to the Apollo lately. Anyways, anything RSI related. Apollo, Polaris, what have you, will be this day. May 17th. It'll be in 8 days. Friday the 17th. Yeah, that the Guardian, yeah, let's hold on. You just think all ships since 142. Yeah, you guys just reminded me of something. Let's go back. Hang on. Let's go back to see, Star Citizen. We're gonna go to ship, talking ship. We're gonna go to this. I'm gonna turn this off. Now, what have we seen? What is this? This is the Mirai Fury. It's pretty much in 323. Here's the Fury LX and the Fury, or the Mirai Pulse. Sorry, Pulse. Continuing. So from the Pulse, we have the X1s. These are already done. I think this is the Nursa. The Nursa, you know, the Ursa rover that's supposed to be a medical variant. I think this is the medical Ursa right here. A modular version of the MPUV. This is the T. I think that's what they're calling it. Now, this ship is hard for me to ID. I think it's an Anvil design, but we'll have to see. Hope it's a Tier 2 Medbay. It probably won't be. Yeah, I agree, Brian, with the Pulse. That's why I'm keeping my X1 Force, because it still has a shield. You know? What do you think this is, guys, though? Is this an Anvil ship? Some sort of Anvil ship? It looks Anvilish. To me, at least. See how sharp this is? This is not an Aegis design. Or it could be. This could be an Aegis ship. We're just not seeing all of it. Unfortunately, we probably won't till CitizenCon. Or till whenever they decide to reveal what it is. Which really sucks. I don't think it's the Zeus. Because here's the Mirai Guardian. This is the Guardian. I think this is the Guardian because, or the rumored Guardian. I'm going to use that term, rumored Guardian, because this is not a confirmed ship. We know it exists due to Xylo, but we don't know its actual name. So, rumor, guys. Remember, that's the key word today. Rumor. And continuing. This, of course, is the Legionnaire. Right here. It's almost done. I think this is the Zeus. See how flat it is in RSI? This is the Zeus right here. You have the winglet here. Then you have the Retaliator base right here. And finally, our friend the Polaris. So yeah, a lot of very interesting designs. A lot of these ships are probably coming sooner than we think. I don't know how soon. We'll just have to see. Because like with most things, it's subject to change. Now, another thing I might want to throw at you for a possible concept. The Legionnaire needs a medical version. That's funny, but it's so true. Are we getting the players? There was one in the demo reel. Yeah. I think we will be, but it'll probably be post 323. They said it has a little more work, but it's almost done. You know, like done. I think it's getting a little more polish work. That's the word I've heard. They're wanting to make sure for the first real capital ship, it is gold standard. So it works. What am I looking for? Now, there was something else I was wanting to look at. Is it this? No, it's not this. Wrong video. Destination Adventure. Now, in terms of things that are on the horizon and still coming, ship concepts. Understand this. Concepts. During the CitizenCon preview, or the building stuff, you know, for base building, I noticed these items or vehicles. We don't have these in game. So, yeah, soon TM, Brian. I would say sooner for the small stuff and not the big, because the small stuff is, of course, easier to make. Like, look here. Pause here. This guy, Hover Trolley, it's already in the sneak peeks for the verse. Let me show you. Is in the email. Hold on just a second. Darn it, I'm looking for it currently. Hover Trolley Star Citizen. I'll see it. Huh. No search for it. That's weird. Yeah, the new bunkers and processing centers, so am I. I'm looking at their expansion too. I want exploration as well. You guys are absolutely right. Yeah. Mechanically, I'm happy with where things are at the moment. ATM. Is it in spam? No. Sorry. I am not finding it. Hold on. Do I have it? Is it raining? Hold on just a minute. I might have to go outside to roll out the windows. Is it raining? Good boy or the bad boy. Yeah, Jim. We know how you play, Brian. We know how you play. Mr. Naughty Boy. That's still simple. Come on. Okay. Hang on just a second. Okay. Got it. So, did it work? Open in browser. Now, see this? This was shared in the sneak peek. Now, this is in the distribution centers, but I wonder if we're going to be able to buy these for our own hangars as like an item or something. What do you guys think? How much do you think something like this skid steer, hover skid steer will be? $20? $35? Maybe 40? I'm guessing 15, maybe 25 at most. What do you guys think? No way. Too much. It has no cockpit. Yeah, I'm at the mid end, like 35, because even an Archimedes is cheaper than this. I'm just saying this thing could be used for a lot of stuff. And then we have this. Yeah, the mule costs that much, but this is smaller than the mule. And well, if this is that version, I could see 50 or 60. You know, the fabricator version. So we have this guy. So apparently it can make small structures. Hopefully more than just boxes, I hope. Check this guy out. This is a new anvil. Oh my God, yes, please, Jim. Please. Hey, hear me out. Tractor beam mount right here. Down. Small hook, down. Well, what do you think this will cost? This fabricator that makes medium buildings? 150, 160, or 200? What do you guys think? From Anvil. This is an Anvil platform that obviously fabricates stuff. So I'm thinking 185. Maybe 120. Okay, we have a 120. I don't see any weapons on it, so the price will be lower. Yeah, I could see the 150 to 200, but it's a utility vehicle, so yeah. Now, theories. These two I can definitely see sold as concepts in work at CitizenCon in November. They won't be at Invictus. These are too new, right? This guy will be sold at SitCon. This guy will also be, or in November, which is the end of the year sale. I bet end of year sale for this base builder as well as this builder. But we'll have to see. What the hell? Solo base builder, yeah, I agree, Brian. Makes sense. Medium structures. What I'm curious about is what does that imply? Medium structures, right? Is that just buildings or is that other things that are useful, Yeah, and I agree with the prices. Vulture Prospector range. Prospector range makes more sense at 155, mainly because it's mining and land related and stuff. Yeah. Yeah. I think we're supposed to actually get some sort of furniture in the game pretty soon, too. They mentioned that when they were talking about hangars about a week ago or so, a few weeks ago. Do you guys remember that? Furniture. Are we supposed to fabricate our furniture or something? I can't remember. Yeah, I am too. Brian, I'm also more interested in them just getting the base build in so we can move on to player on space station. Yes, because if you notice, they mention that the Galaxy can build large and small structures, and they're exploring space options. I think the Galaxy and Pioneer are supposed to build stuff in space. Yeah, we're supposed to be getting crafting. If you watch the earlier part about the Marok and the Copian, they were talking about crafting a lot. Hang on, I'll backtrack.
Enjoy the bird. You know, be one with the bird. Some of you want to murder the bird.
Yeah, so I've seen some people going up to the birds and punching them, which is definitely a way to interact with wildlife. And if you do that, you will find a pearl in there. I think it's in the base of their mouth, and essentially it's made of like congealed innards and looks incredibly
I think we're
gross.
supposed to, Jim.
So if you manage to kill the Copians, you'll see the horn on them, and you can loot that, and it's basically a valuable commodity of which you can sell on.
It's going to be exciting for the players to hunt out those creatures and find them in different environments, whether they'll be in the middle of the trees or...
Oh, and by the way, looky here, guys. What is this? Night vision. Yoop.
hiding in caves. There's a bit of a challenge there, but there's also that feeling.
Anyone else know what this is? Yes. It's a version of night vision. Not really night vision, but yeah, close enough.
There's a bit of a challenge there, but there's also that feeling of nature and the wild that you're going to get.
Hey, I'm okay with it,
appearing
Jim.
on creatures performing
Okay
these
with
kind
it,
of
because
behaviors as
that
though they're
means
not
more
being watched
tactile
by humans
hunting
before.
and sniping.
But the nice thing about this is it kind of leads into a wider gameplay loop that we're looking at. We talked about crafting quite a lot, and this
Here's
is an
the
example
crafting
of a
bit. Listen.
loop that we're looking at. We talked about crafting quite a lot, and this is an example of how crafting gameplay will come into it. It's probably the first step as we're looking at more creatures and more variants and things like that. But obviously we'll get in that further detail as we go on. It's probably the first step a lot, and this is an example of how crafting gameplay will come into it. It's probably the first step as we're looking at more creatures and more variants and things like that. But obviously we'll get in that further detail as we go on. The creature/fauna in
Did you guys catch that? They're trying to get a variety of creatures to harvest things from in order to utilize for crafting. So, yeah, that's really exciting. This is ongoing work right now in progress that's going on, and I couldn't be happier. Is it coming soon? Probably not as soon as we would like. But yeah, it's probably coming within a reasonable short amount of time. Hopefully. I hope. So yeah, it's looking exciting going forward. At least, in general practices for Star Citizen. I mean, is everything up to snuff right now perfect? No. But will it get better? Answer to that, yes. Things are already improving, getting better, more interesting down the pike. I'm so very happy right now with how things are, moving along. Is it slow at the moment? Yes. I would love to taming. We could set up farms. Yes. I would love farming, taming, stuff like that. I mean, any type of IRL interactions and stuff. Yes. You speaketh the truth, good sir. I also really want the servers to work. Yeah. That's their biggest hurdle, the servers. And I hate to admit it, but yeah. I want servers to work way better than they've been doing. Yeah, it's a mess. What can you do? Oh my gosh. You guys want to see a funny joke? Y'all want to see a funny joke? Look at this guy. Let's make fun of this goon. He's angry that something got put in the game. Hang on. I'm gonna... Yeah. Huh. That's weird. Can I not capture those anymore? Huh. Okay. There it is. Okay, there we go. This guy. Look, let's make fun of this dude, shall we? Even today, green night vision is going out of fashion, so to say, because modern NVGs are bluish white in color, let in more light, and are based off a different tech than the typical green. In 2954, I don't think green is the way to go. CIG, please fix. Yes, I'm aware this is an early concept. Can we all laugh at this guy, please? It's an early concept. This dude just wanted to flex his night vision. I mean, no more blue. Yes, no more blue. I have a spoon. Your argument is invalid. Oh my gosh. Some of these responses. Oh, look. We have Zach Pierce, a CIG guy. Look at this. It's not green. It's teal. If you want to be pedantic, it's aquamarine. Plus, different brands will likely have different colors if you're against teal. Thank you, Zach. Thank you, Zach. Legit. Thank you, Zach, for clarifying that. Oh my gosh, this dude. Well, they did bring that up. Different brands, so I bet we'll have night vision. I'm just saying, this guy asked for it. And of course, I gave him the Picard of disapproval. So, yeah. Can they be teal or green or orange or something, you know, a different color, maybe? Maybe? Yeah. No more blue. I am imagining you saying that. Light blue on white background suck. Yeah, it does. I mean, the dude has to be specific, and I'm like, the dude has to be oddly a specific, and I'm like, bro, really? Why? You know, it's like, why are you being this way, bro? Right? I mean, normally I wouldn't care, but yeah, it's kind of. Do I get super night vision if my helmet and scope both have night vision? That's a good question. I'm curious too. No, okay. That's what I'm curious about too. Look how many new people have come into the verse. Almost 100,000 new blood. So, yeah, I'm happy they're here. Just bonehead comments like that are like a major turnoff to people coming into this game, and I can understand why. Almost as bad. Okay, almost as bad as the letters from the peaceful ones. Does anyone remember that post? This post, let me show you. All communities. Yeah, noobs equals beggar. Well, could be, but yeah. What happened? Maybe, yes, no, maybe. This is an oddly specific player. Letter from the chairman. Dr. Albert Okay. Yeah, this is being oddly stupid. Let me see if I can find this. Letter from the peaceful. There it is. I found it. Now this, I am encouraging no one to go after this author, even though he sounds like a damn Care Bear and a crybaby. This dude, this corn nugget, yeah. This guy, I normally I weep for him. 10 for the chairman, maybe, yeah. I'm down to 14 Alpha UEC consecutive. Whoa. This guy, Spyler Blue. Have a read of this, guys. It's, oh my gosh, it's so, yeah. Yeah. This post, I wanted to puke when I read this, and I'm not even a player versus player commentator. Whomever wrote this is in the wrong game. I'm just saying. This guy, wrong game. I'm sorry. There, okay, now I will admit there are some people who, you know, don't like open combat. I get it, I get it. But, womp womp, don't do this. I will find your posts. I will make you famous. Or maybe infamous. Would this clarify as infamous? I think, Jim, this would clarify as infamous, right? Yeah, I would think this clarifies as infamous. Yes, it would. What's this? Just read some of that. It's just so weird. I mean, I've read some. I've read some bizarre stuff on Spectrum. You know, guys. But this post is number one. Yeah. This post right here is number one. Weird Central. When this was posted August 25th of 2022, oh my gosh. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Honestly, if I'm going to be honest, Brian, I don't like getting ganked either, but Honestly, I've never had any trouble. To an extent, I've had a few passes made at me, but not to the extent that this guy is suggesting. I do like a few of his suggestions, but a lot of it's just way out of the deal. Yeah. I don't care either. I found this post. Wow, it took a year. Look, I was one of the last. See, here I am, Zyron. How is this even a post? I still love that. That is, my name lives in infamy. Right here. I literally like, how is this even a post? Yeah, and you're right, Jim. You are absolutely right. You take risks when you go into high risk areas. Plain and simple. Plain and freaking simple. Yeah. Sometimes it pays off. Sometimes it doesn't. Yeah. I agree with you too, Jim. It's unfortunate that happens, but yeah. I mean, it comes with the territory, you know. I really just wanted to show that post because of the sheer absurdity of it. There are some people that have good ideas. Oh, I remember that. Yeah. I remember that. That was weird, but yeah. They fixed that. Yeah, they did. They definitely did. So yeah, it's ooh, ooh, hot. Hmm. That's funny. That is funny, dude. Yeah, usually how it goes too. I'm glad they fixed it. And just a second. You know what I realized I need to create for my channel, guys? Emotes. Somebody actually brought that up earlier today. You know, that I need to create some emotes and things I can unlock for the points, you know, that people earn. I've thought about adding some pretty good ones, but yeah, this is just thinking about it. You know what I mean? Thinking about it at the moment. I'm not immediately going to ATM, but I'm just weighing my options, what I can add, what I don't need to add. You know, you guys are just some of the first to know. Figure out something. I've thought about making a couple of Star Citizen related exclusive memes or emotes, but we'll see. I remember that, Jim. Didn't Avenger 1 report on that whole situation? The Night City dev kit or whatever it is? I remember that. There was something about that. Cool, yeah. I know what you meant. It's all good. I remember them working on it and then it just magic poof. Yeah. It like ninja vanished out of nowhere, basically. Crazy stuff. I mean, the issue is he got in trouble with some orcs because they were selling the tools to players for real money. Yeah, but I think he would have eventually gotten in trouble eventually because somebody would have sold him out anyhow. You know what I mean? I'm not condoning it, but I'm just saying somebody would have said something soon enough, Jim. You know what I mean? Not excusing it, but yeah, it was a cool idea. I get it, but honestly, I don't know how. That's why mods should not be sold. You know, not sold. You get what I'm saying. They shouldn't be sold to players, but just given out for free, because it'll cut down a lot of issues down the line if you get caught. IRL monies kind of dictate that the rights holders will lose their shit. You know? Just my 2 cents. Not saying it's fair or anything. It's stupid, you know, it's stupid, legit. I didn't tell there Yeah, and I don't like that. I don't like that at all because people are supposed to you know, yeah, I don't like how they're just selling Alpha UEC for X amount of money. Selling ships to, yeah, the gray market's kind of a little bit. If it's not a personal sale, I get it, but yeah, I mean, that's kind of why I'm hesitant on buying ships, even myself, from the gray market. Just because, you know. Very hesitant to buy ships from the gray market at all. Yeah, so would I. It's kind of why I withhold buying anything from CI or from gray market, because I want to keep my account going. As a content creator, it would be detrimental to my bottom line. You know? Very detrimental. Um, yeah, I'm kind of worried that eventually, like, take for example that guy that's causing trouble for me in Summit. I no hard feelings against him, but he is kind of putting himself out there with causing issues, you know. But that's all I'm going to say about him. You know, people like the griefers and folks that are intentionally following people from server to server, yeah, they're gonna eventually run out of places to hide. You know, from CIG and all that. They're eventually, yeah, they are eventually going to be in deep trouble with all the guilds. You know? Oh, I just. Yeah, but I'm thinking that they might have a way eventually to track your email, or no, to your computer log device. Certain companies can do that. So instead of just getting another email, you would have to get a new computer, to log into, which would be super expensive. You know what I mean? Some people might call that overkill, but honestly, I don't know. It's. Yeah, they can. They can get your Mac file from your computer. Yep. Uh, NAP normally hides your Mac. If you have their client installed, it can home in with it. Yep, and I agree with using that to that potential. I have no problem if someone were to hack my account and try to steal on my ships. I have no problem with them shutting it down. You know? I have absolutely no problem with that. Because people that cause trouble should not be rewarded. Why should we reward crap behavior? You know? By the way, before I call it for today, at least, before I call it, a little bit, okay. What I'm going to do, okay, see, here's my ship list right now. All these are staying for the most part. This is going to become my Hornet Mark IIA. The Terrapin's staying, Raylan, all this stuff is staying. The 400i stays, but the Vanguard Warden, okay? Vanguard Warden, I'm thinking about upgrading into something else. Probably maybe a mole, maybe something else. Something to get it ready for CitizenCon in November. Everything else pretty much is staying. Well, the Hull C. Yeah, I don't use the Warden either. The Hull C is going to become my Perseus. This is going to become my Perseus. And if you look at the upgrade tree, all ships. Hull C to... It won't let me. I think it'll be about $175. Right? Pretty much to upgrade to a Hull C. To a Perseus. I mean, yeah, like you, I've never used my, my Warden. It's unfortunate, but yeah. No. Maybe yeah. Isn't it amazing how many ships we have and yet we don't use? It's kind of funny. I mean, honestly, I'm excited that we're almost done with all the stuff for 323. Did the other guy leave? Did Brian get off or leave? I haven't seen him post in about 30 minutes. I'm assuming he left or went somewhere. Probably had to go back to work, I'm assuming. By the way, before I forget, I need to show this at least once. For anyone in the Oklahoma City, Dallas area this Saturday, we are having a Bar Citizen on the east side of Oklahoma City, run by Oklahoma City Bar Citizen. It's free to come. It starts at 6 p.m. CDT. I'm going to be there. I'm the moderator for Bar Citizen Oklahoma, one of them. And I was hoping if anyone's interested, they can show out, hang out, and, mingle. I mean, I'm sure most of you guys have work, though. I understand completely, too. So, yeah, it'll be 6 o'clock. I have to drive to the east side of my metro area for this. See if there are any others nearby. DFW is doing one in June and May. So, I really wish people, before I close for today, I want people to understand something. It never fails to see so many of these Star Citizen is a scam videos, the scam citizen videos. Doesn't it make people a little angry to see that? Kinda. It does me just a little bit to see that we have these people claiming that everything we see and do is scam citizen, you know? I normally don't get worked up about it, but it is sad. A lot of people don't understand that, and yeah, it is what it is, I guess. Some people, I guarantee you, even after this game is successful, people will still complain about Star Citizen till they're blue in the face. Guaranteed. What? Anyways, I'm waiting. Here in a bit, I'm going to have to get some lunch, but I'm going to finish up with something funny from official CIG stuff. We're going to watch some Garmin Humble. Garmin Humble, crazy person. Not as funny as Jax McCleary.
Hello, folks. Garmin Humble here, back on the mean
But he
streets
is
of
funny.
Area 18. Cities like this are teeming with scumbags and lowlifes that would just as soon shoot you in the face as give you the time of day. That's where I come in. When preparing for patrol, it's important to check your armor, your sidearm, and of course, limber up. Staying loose is your #1 weapon when it comes to stopping crime. Trust me,
Poor
the only
guy.
thing standing between you and an unceremonious death in the gutter are security professionals like me.
Don't test me.
Oh there, buddy. Oh, take a step back now.
Who the hell are you?
Garmin Humble, freelance security
A
professional.
freelance cop. Oh, for crying out loud.
And coming with me.
Die, fake pig.
Armor? Check. Sidearm? Check.
Okay.
Should have
Guy
stretched,
is funny.
scumbag. Don't worry, no need to thank me. You're welcome. Stop the crime. Burrito time.
The guy's nuts. But it
Hello,
gets worse.
folks.
It gets
Garmin Humble
worse.
back again. And today, we're going after a high-profile bounty. Hey, bud, do me a favor. Stay here and watch the stalker for me. Little joke there. But seriously, never risk your ship if you don't have to, folks. Okay, so if my intel is good, and it always is, the mark should be holed up somewhere down in that little backwater. Probably dug in deep. This manhunt could take days, weeks, even months. This guy's well connected and... Oh, wow, that's his ship there. Guess we better get down there. The mark is likely to be jumpy, with a bounty this size on his head. Not that the credits matter to me, of course. It's all
Yeah,
about the
that's
justice.
a good question,
Oh shit, they're taking
Jim.
off already?
That is
Jesus.
such a
Okay,
great
folks,
question.
here we go. Oh, jeez, I didn't have time to stretch. There. Oh, all right. Now let's find this. Nope. You aren't the mark. Oh, hello. You, throw down your weapons and... Okay, so much for bringing him in alive. Who the fuck are you? Easy there, big guy. Don't make me use it. Oh,
shit.
Oh, shit. Time to go. All right, here we go. I always wanted to do this. Hold on tight, folks. Mission complete. Burrito I eat. There you go.
Okay. Those STVs are immortal. Yeah, they really are, aren't they? Isn't that funny? That those Steves are a freaking immortal. That is so funny. Okay, that whole thing was so dang funny. I mean, it's not perfect, but yeah, it's... Yeah. Anyways. Unfortunately for me today, I am probably going to have to call it. I got to eat something here in just a minute. Hate it. Want to stay on longer, but yeah, 07, yeah. Give me just a minute. I'm going to find somebody we can raid on Twitch. Let's go with Tom. Good old Tom Beckhauser. I'm sure he'll appreciate that. M15 for you. Yeah, I got you. You have to go back to work, Jim? Oh, you're getting off work. Okay, I got you. You have a good day, Jim. We're rating Tom Beckhauser for people on Twitch. So here we go. Thank you for sticking around for 3 hours of me bullshitting. 07 everyone, and see you later.